Hello everyone. I haven't been streaming on YouTube for a while, so yeah, today I'm going to play some rapid games and later I'm going to analyze them. So let's try to find the opponent, maybe someone for 10 minutes. Okay, we have got the opponent from Greece. Okay, FIDE Master from Greece. Okay. So what opponent is going to do? Okay, e4. So let's play maybe the opening that I'm quite familiar with. So this is of course the French defense, knight f3. Usually more popular move is d4. Some people they play knight f3. It's nothing scary. Okay, pawn captures here. So this is gonna be e5 is more common in that position, or knight c3. But okay, so now opponent plays the exchange variation with knight f3. And now there are some different approaches that black can take. Black can play the variation with kingside castling, developing pieces like this, or there is also another line that is quite interesting, knight c6. In case, for example, white plays bishop d3, later bishop goes to d6, knight goes to e7, and black is trying to castle queenside. So maybe I will try to play something more sharp. By the way, I think I published also a blog how to play that variation, how to play against the exchange French with the queenside castle. There is also such a variation bishop b5. I'm gonna play bishop d6, c4, pawn captures. Okay, white plays c3, I can continue my plan. I want to develop my knight to e7, later that bishop, I would love to go to the g4 square, queen goes to d7, queenside castling. And of course, in case white castles kingside with the reversed, with the opposite side castles, we are going to attack each other's king. Okay, bishop goes to the g4 square. h3. I don't want to give that bishop for that knight. That bishop is too important. I want to go back. But also h3, this is the hook. So you can see that I have got a chance to undermine opponent's king, to open opponent's king easier. Okay, now probably I'm going to play f6. So I'm stopping the pin, attacking the bishop, and at the same time, I think I can play queen d7. At the same time, later g5 is possible. And g5 is gonna speed up my attack. And later I can play g4. Okay, but I think that before I take any action, I'm gonna castle queenside. Okay, and opponent is attacking me. So now definitely I'm going to attack on the king side. So what are my options? One candidate move is definitely here. I don't want to take it. What else? Okay, I think this is the only move. So if I go there, bishop g3, then if I capture, I mean, I have to probably play here. And later I go g4. It does make some sense. Probably opponent will move that knight back somewhere. I'm a little bit afraid that my bishop is not protected. A little bit afraid of this. But an alternative variation is to go g4 directly. And in case knight goes somewhere, yeah, then what? Unprotected bishop at h5. This is one thing that bothers me a little bit. I'm not afraid that much of white's attack. Okay, what is my other option? Except of g5. Maybe knight f5. Attacking that bishop, knight at f3 is pinned. So if I go knight to f5, what's gonna happen? Bishop captures, queen captures. I'm happy because of that. Yeah, you see, this is the reason why you always need to analyze at least two candidate moves. I like knight f5 definitely more. I'm not afraid of this move here and the g4 because white completely opens the king's position. This is why I'm not afraid that much of it. After b5, I can consider playing knight e7 or knight to da5. Or after here, I think I can even capture directly. Pawn captures, queen captures, I'm up a pawn. Okay, so now I will take it back. Bishop goes to g3. So opponent plays bishop to g3 anyway. Okay, so what should I do right now? Bishop captures here, pawn captures. Yeah, I don't want to open the f file. That's the problem. So what else? Maybe g5 and g4. That looks very tempting. Okay, let's go g5. I promised you that I'm gonna attack on the king side. In case opponent captures, I capture back with the rook. Opponent plays g4. I think I can take it. Takes, queen takes. King goes there, and I think I can play f5, and I can use the rook lift idea. The question is there a checkmate or not? I mean, an alternative variation after this move is in between move bishop takes f3. It leads into exchanges, which I would rather avoid, but maybe it's not. Yeah, this is something you see. Again, I have to calculate two options. I go there, let's imagine g4. I think I have to take, takes. King goes to h1, I play f5. Knight to the h2, I cannot play rook to h6. Queen to the h4. I have got some kind of attack, but is there a checkmate? Not sure about it. And in case bishop captures here, yeah, opponent cannot do anything. Opponent has to take it back with a queen or with a knight. Probably with a queen, because opponent doesn't mind to exchange that I can capture, and we have got equal endgame. But I think I prefer that variation. It gives more or less equal position, while rook takes d6, g4, and I think I'm in trouble. If I were white, I would definitely capture with a queen. When you are defending, it is a good idea to exchange pieces. Now, okay, opponent captures like this, probably rook captures here. I can still push that pawn forward, I can play g4 later. It does make a lot of sense for me to attack on the king side. Maybe, okay, another idea that I have got. So one attacking idea is to push those pawns forward. Another idea that is coming to my mind is also to maneuver my knight into the king side, because I don't need my knight at c6 is doing nothing, and you know that the best pieces to attack the king are queens and knights. So I would love to bring my knight. I think it does make a lot of sense. Yeah, I think that idea looks actually pretty good. Just the question is, should I play h5 first? You know, in case opponent decides to play b5, opponent is only helping me to maneuver my knight into a better square. Okay, queen b1. So now opponent wants to exchange queens. Now opponent realized that probably queen takes f3 would have been better, because it forced, you know, queen takes f3 forced me to exchange queens. So now opponent offers me a trade. And now, okay, again, I have to consider two options. One option is definitely this one. Another option is probably queen to f4, moving my queen somewhere. And you see, in case I capture, rook captures back, then in the end game I don't see that much point in attacking the king side, so probably I have to play rook e8 and double rooks on the e. We are going to exchange rooks, and this is gonna be equal endgame, equal knight endgame. I don't mind playing equal knight endgames, but position is equal. So now I have to check, does that move gives me any advantage? If I play queen to f4. Opponent plays what? I mean, this is something I want opponent to play, but probably opponent will try to offer me more and more exchanges. Okay, so maybe not to add to the f4 because of those exchanges, but queen goes back to d7 with the idea to play h5 and g4. Is it better to play such a middle game, or is it better to go into the knight's endgame? I think that I like position with the queens on the board more, so this is the reason why I'm just going to retreat. And later I want to take advantage of that hook. Take a look. In case white hasn't moved that pawn, and that pawn would be at the h2, it would be much harder for me to attack opponent's king, because then I have to play here, I have to play g4 here, and later maybe g3. But now that hook really helps me. So what, g4 right away, or should I play h5 first? Let's go h5. I want to open the h file for my rook. Or I think I have got an idea, in case opponent captures, I can later play f5. Okay, opponent is maneuvering. I wanted to go f5 to stop that queen. Okay, so probably opponent wants to move knight to the c5 square. Does it make any sense to play there? I don't think so. So what, if I play there, opponent goes here, queen g7, what, queen f5? Should I be afraid of it? Does it look dangerous? Or maybe I can start with f5, knight c5, queen h7. Or what else? Or maybe b6 and just restrict that knight. I know I have got a hook, but I'm just really restricting that knight at least. Yeah, maybe let's play b6. You know, so knight has got no place to go. a4, okay, opponent is attacking me. Should I block it? Should I try to stop the attack? Why not? Opponent captures, I capture back with a knight. Opponent pushes forward, I go here. It's called the active defense. You can see I'm just moving my pawns forward to stop white's attack. But I cannot forget that I really have to do something on the king side. So okay, the question is, if I go, okay, opponent captures, I have to capture back with a knight, of course. By the way, knight has got a nice spot at the c4 at the same time. It's blocking also this one, b5. Okay, so opponent really wants to exchange. But to be honest, if I exchange right now, that knight's endgame would have, you know, if later I go rook to e8, rook goes there, it's a better version because my knight is quite active. So I like that endgame more. But the question is, maybe I should bring my queen to the h7. Check here. Rook goes to b1. I have to move my knight. I have to admit that it looks pretty dangerous, so I think I'm just gonna capture. And I'm gonna try to take control over the open file. Okay, I have to be careful because maybe my opponent will try to capture this pawn by playing knight b4, and I cannot defend it. So after rook e1, I play rook e6. Or what else should I play? Or I can just move my king here. Yeah, let's bring the king here. I'm below 3 minutes, so this is a time that you really have to speed up. Because you know when you don't want to play, especially without any increment, if you have got 10 seconds on the clock. So this is the reason I'm usually, I usually speed up when I'm down to 3 minutes, But when I'm down to, I'm trying not to go below 1 minute. Okay, opponent's idea is crazy. Opponent wants to capture here. But is it correct? Okay, let's just take it. I know that opponent will capture here. I will take it back. After this move, I think I have got this move. Pawn takes, I capture. Pawn takes, I go there. And I'm fine. After this move here, rook check, rook d8, I'm good. So opponent will capture here. Oh no, okay. Someone is missing something, me or my opponent. Okay, so I was missing something. I was just calculating this. I just played it too quickly. I have to go there. Okay, I have to take it back with a king. Okay, so that was a big blunder. In general, king d7 was a blunder, I think. I will later, after the game, I will check it, but yeah, okay. But we have got the position when I have got a knight and the... Okay, let's go there. I have got the knight for the rook, so I'm down in exchange. b6. If I capture, opponent wants to enter b7. So I don't have much choice. I have to take it, and I have to go there protecting those pawns. I will try to be active. I will try to exchange pawns. When you are down on the material, it's a good idea to exchange pawns. Yeah, let's go here. Okay. And now what can I do? Okay, what just happens if I'm just waiting? Knight against the rook with no other pawns. This is a draw. I will just try to maneuver my knight and I will just try to wait. I cannot go there. Okay, I play here. Does it make any sense to push that pawn forward? I don't think so. Okay, let's play here. Here, probably not a good move. Or maybe that idea is good. My opponent is also pretty low on time. The question is it enough time for my opponent to win this? Or not? That's my idea. Okay, now king e5 because I want to go there and yeah. Can I get this pawn? That's the question. I see c4 is coming, but maybe c4 is not that scary. I think I can take it. I can go back protecting here. Also h-ray is under attack. In case opponent captures, I think I can capture this one. I have got a nice pass pawn. I didn't expect that I will be able to capture those pawns. It was a good idea to block it. But now, okay, if I capture, opponent wants to take it. So what should I do? If I go there, opponent plays d6. I go here, opponent plays d7. If I go there, d6, then what? King goes there, d7, king goes here, d8. It's gonna be the same. I'm afraid that I have got no choice but to capture and bring my king closer. Yeah, I think it's not possible for me to win this. Best I can hope is just to get a draw. Still, even if I was able, I will offer him a draw. So. Okay, he declined a draw. Okay, if opponent declines a draw, being that low on time, but this is opponent's problem. So I will try to play for a win. Ah, rook e4. Okay, Okay, opponent missed that. I blundered a piece, opponent completely missed that, so yeah. Okay, I have to go there. I think I will go there. I want to stop that king from moving there, but why opponent declined the draw, being that low on time? Okay, I think I will take it. Okay, so this is opponent's idea. Of course, I'm not gonna flag him. So this is of course a draw. But let's just take a look into this position. Let's just analyze this game, right? Because I'm supposed to play and I'm supposed to also analyze those games. So let's just take a look what was happening here from the beginning. So you can see that beginning, I think it was pretty clear that it was an exchange French, and position wasn't that bad, if I'm not wrong. Bishop goes there, bishop h5, f6. Okay, so this is just the beginning. I decided to play queen d7. I was very happy because of my position here before. And now I'm very happy that I considered g5 and knight f5, and I decided to go knight to f5. I think it does make a lot of sense. Okay, opponent captures, queen captures. That was good. Bishop goes to g3. And now I played g5. An alternative move was bishop takes g3. Maybe this is something I should play. And maybe queen to d3. Trying to attack those pawns here. Maybe this is something I should have tried to do. Yeah, that would be better. Okay, because I played g5, exchange bishop captures f3. Let's just check what happens if my opponent plays g4 at this position, because if you remember, I calculated that variation and I was king h1, and I was a little bit afraid that opponent will go there, and if I play I was planning to go f5. I was planning to go f5, and after this move, queen to h3, queen to f3. I was a little bit afraid of that because I'm down on the materials. So probably this is not that great. The question is, maybe queen h3, but I have got 3 pawns for the sacrifice material. Probably I can capture another pawn. It's pretty risky, but it's I think it's too risky. Okay, I decided to go there, rook d6 here, and now queen to d7. Maybe a better decision was to exchange queens and later take control over the e-file, and that would be like pretty equal endgame in the end. So maybe this is something I should have tried to do. But okay, knight e1, h5, b6. I think b6 was a good decision. The problem was later. The a5 is a active defense. I was forced to play this move. Knight takes a5, queen b5, and I think it was a good decision. But I completely, yes, and now king d7, that was a mistake. King d7 was definitely a mistake. I didn't expect this is gonna be a mistake. At the beginning, I planned to move rook to e6, but later I realized that I have got a problem after knight b4. And I have to play rook d6, opponent will play probably rook to e1. It's not a bad position, but probably I'm slightly worse right now at the moment. So okay, king goes to d7, knight c5. That was a really nice move. Rook captures e8, king takes e8, pawn captures. And in this position, I was pretty sure that knight b3, and I'm absolutely fine. But I analyzed this move. I completely forgot to analyze all of the checks, captures, and threats that opponent can play, and rook e1. So that was a blunder. Probably after rook e6, rook captures, check, rook b1, rook c1. Yeah, maybe just rook b1. White is up a pawn, but my rook is very powerful. So, I think, after this move, rook takes b5, rook captures, rook b3. I think I should be able to take that pawn back. So, yeah, so definitely I completely missed that opponent has got an in-between check, right? By the way, there were some statistics, and they say that the main reason why grandmasters are losing is because they miss in-between moves. I completely missed that in-between move in this position. Pawn captures, king captures, Okay, and now it's a much worse position, but it's not completely lost. You see, I just blocked the position because knights are better in the close positions. I just wanted to exchange pawns, and I was hoping that opponent, being low on time, will not be able to find any good plan for the win. And this is, by the way, something that happened, because knight c7, knight goes there, and now opponent has got a problem. Knight f4 is a big threat. King e5, and opponent completely missed that opportunity. There is also one variation I wanted to check. Knight takes d5 leads into equal position, but now I decided to capture. But if I go back d6, no, it's nothing. If I capture here, it's even a worse version of the. It's just a worse version of this. Okay, king captures here, and this is probably a draw. So yeah, that was definitely a draw here in this position. Okay, so that was the first game. Let's try to find another opponent who wants to play for 10 minutes. Okay, this time opponent from India. I play with white. Let's start with the d4. Okay, game aborted. Okay, let's try to play another game. Okay, opponent from Nigeria, if I'm not wrong. Okay, I'm gonna play d5. I'm gonna play maybe the Tarrasch defense. This is a... Okay, opponent plays c3, so this is not gonna be the Tarrasch, this is gonna be a reverse Slav. You can see that there is like a Slav setup. Okay, opponent goes there. I wish I can play queen to b6. Okay, let's play this move first. Okay, and now queen to b6 doesn't make that much sense, because that idea, it's only good when those two pawns are in trouble. Now d4 pawn is pretty well defended, so I will just develop my bishop here. Okay, opponent goes there, and if I play here, I really don't like knight to e5 idea one day. So maybe I'm gonna develop my knight here, so I keep possibility to go f6. Should I castle or what? Or maybe let's play b6 first. Knight is protected here. I can go there. This is not a common place for the knight when you play Queen's Gambit with black or something similar, but I think here it does make sense protecting that knight here. So okay, opponent wants to play c4. What's the point? I think I can castle. One day I want to play e5. Does it make sense to play queen c7? I'm a little bit afraid of it, because you can see that there might be a problem, because there is an x-ray. So okay, so that idea c4, should I be afraid of this? Maybe, but maybe I can take it and I can play queen to d6. I like that idea even more, because I still want to play e5. Just in this position, I'm not moving my queen under the x-ray. Queen captures. Queen g4. A little bit unexpected. I was expecting more knight f3. And the default plan for the opponent is to attack my d5 pawn, which is semi-backwards. But if opponent... What is opponent idea? Maybe opponent wants to go there, because I don't believe opponent can hurt my king. I just don't see how. So maybe I can just bring my rook here. I keep an option to play the d4 one day. Okay, knight goes to df3. Should I offer an exchange or not? By the way, after d4 I can also capture here. Queen goes there. Opponent wants to bring the knight. No, I don't believe that there is something. H6, knight h7. I have to pay attention. So can I stop it somehow? Maybe knight to g6. A knight to g6 looks pretty decent then. Okay, let's try to keep queens on the board. I really want to play this move, capture here, and later take it back. I mean, at least I want to keep that option. Two threats. Of course, I don't want to play with the open castle, so let's just capture that. Okay, and now, is it good or not? This is something I definitely have to calculate. Probably pawn captures. I capture. Pawn captures. I capture. Rook c7, I capture at e3. If opponent captures, I capture rook d4. I know that bishop and opponent will keep the bishop. Bishop should be better because position is going to be more open, but on the other hand, opponent has got the pawn structure that is not that great. So yeah, let's have a try. Okay, opponent plays here, but it has to be a blunder. I don't believe that opponent could miss such a big problem. I mean, and now I have got two options. One is to capture, and later I can capture, or another one is I can capture here first and later take it. Which option is better? If I capture knight e5, should I be afraid of this or not? Or should I take it here? Takes, pawn takes. Okay, opponent resigned. Opponent resigned at this position. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think both options. Here we don't have that much to analyze because right after the opening, I mean, position was equal. I think before this move, position was more or less equal. And that idea was to capture, you know, pawn captures, probably rook d1. And the question is that bishop, maybe that bishop is more powerful, opponent controls also here, but I think it's more or less equal. I think I can also always go there, I can play there. I think I'm not in a bad position. Okay, let's play another game. Another 10 minutes game. Okay, another opponent from India. Finally, I play with white. And I'm gonna play Catalan. Today I played French, I played, so G3. I played Queen's Gambit with black or Tarrasch or something similar to Tarrasch. So now it's a time to play the Catalan. I can castle. Okay, pawn captures. So d takes c4, that move is very common. It's a very popular move at the highest level. Among club players, that variation is not that popular. And now the idea for white is to capture that material here. So queen to c2, I'm trying to take it back. Usually the variation goes here, queen captures. Okay, b5. I could also move my queen to this place. But if I'm not wrong, after b5, what was the variation? Because you can see that there is this problem. I remember there are also some ideas if knight would be gone of playing here, attacking there and there. But I think it doesn't work here in this specific position. Also, a very common idea, very common way you are fighting against those pawns is to play a4. And then black would probably go c6. Then I think if I capture, if I go knight to g5, Black cannot play knight to d5. Let's play a4. Okay, let me double check it, because maybe I'm missing something, but knight g5 and how opponent is going to save that rook. I remember that there was such a variation, but okay, what happens if I capture and I go knight to g5? Okay, and queen takes h7. I think it's pretty good for me. So, okay, so you see, you don't win that often, like, you know, miniatures in the Catalan this way. But yeah, opponent obviously didn't know the theory here. The correct move in this position is a6, queen takes c4, b5, and there is that bishop b7 with that idea. And now white has got that very nice move, bishop d2, trying to move bishop to the a5. And there is here. And there are, you know, there are thousands of different variations, thousands different moves. The most popular is this one, if I'm not wrong, trying to attack it here. So later bishop goes there, bishop goes there. And what happens later here in this position? What happens later? After bishop e3. I think black plays like this, white develops knight to d2, and white is trying to attack that backward pawn on the open file. But okay, if opponent gives you an opportunity to win in 9 moves, to checkmate in 9 moves, it's also pretty nice. Okay, let's try to play another game with white. Okay. So let's play knight to f3 in the second move. Let's play that move's order. So that move's order allows to avoid a lot of annoying variations like Albin counter gambit or Budapest gambit. This is why knight f3 in the second move, it does make a lot of sense. Bishop f5, okay. So you can see that this is Slav defense. And bishop f5 is a very common idea in the Slav. But also, if black plays bishop f5 in the wrong moment, that might be a big problem, because here and here. So I'm gonna play queen b3 one day, creating those two problems. And I think if you remember the game that I was playing with black, it was like two games ago, it was something very similar, but because I was playing black, opponent played there, and because opponent was up one tempo, opponent was able to play there, protecting here. Now the question is, should I play queen b3 immediately? Opponent probably will answer here. Pawn takes, queen takes b3, pawn takes. I think there was such a variation, knight c3, e6, knight to b5. There is such a variation, which is also not bad. Or should I capture first? No, I'm pretty sure I should play this move here. I remember there was like a pretty long variation, but it was quite good for white. I expect queen b6. Takes, opponent captures, I capture with a queen at the d5. And I think opponent has got a problem. b6. b6, it's not a great idea, because I think I can take it. I can play knight to c3. Opponent plays here, and probably I can even go like this. e4, pawn takes, bishop b5, knight d7. I go there. I think I can get a very strong attack. Yeah, let's start with this move. I could also go knight to c3. I mean, but I'm not afraid of queen takes d5. So this is the idea that you have to remember, that queen b3, it's a very dangerous move in the Slav defense. Okay, so opponent, I'm not gonna say that opponent panicked, but opponent plays there, and now you can see that, I can play knight c3, exchange. I have got double pawns. Should I be afraid of them? I can also always capture here. Pawn captures, knight goes there, e6, and then e4. Pawn takes, check, knight d7, knight e5, knight f6. Okay, let's try it. After this move, maybe bishop g5 even. Okay, now I really have to calculate. What are my options? One option is bishop g5. Another option is e4. So if I go e4, opponent captures back. Let's imagine for this beginning with a pawn. I go there, knight d7. Oh, bishop can go to d7. No. So now e4 doesn't make any sense because after check, opponent can move bishop back. So this is probably not good. But if I play bishop g5, trying to remove the defender, opponent will play e6. And then I play e4, opponent captures, I check. Opponent, after this move, I have got knight to e5. I'm not 100% sure does it really work. But I'm gonna develop bishop to g5 for sure. I can okay, opponent goes there. Opponent is maybe afraid of that kind of attack. And now if I go e4, here knight e5, maybe knight e5 first. Yeah, that e4 idea doesn't make any sense if there is still connection between those pieces. So let's play here. Opponent captures, I capture. d5 is gonna be in trouble. And after this move, I'm really hoping to play this move. Oh, h6. Okay, I don't know, maybe opponent is standing that or what. Opponent is playing anything. It's possible just to stop that move. So if I capture here, captures, I will just capture there. Oh, but that looks good. I think I can just... After this move, maybe there is even here. Takes, I go there. King d8, I capture the rook. I win an exchange. Of course, my knight in the corner is kind of blocked, but I think I win an exchange there. Okay, opponent goes there, but I'm not afraid that much of this because I think I'm pretty sure I can take it. I can capture here. Can I? Take a look, funny idea. After this move, I can play e4. Opponent captures bishop b5, and there is like a big problem. Okay, opponent castles here. So opponent stops my idea. And now e4, I capture bishop check, king has got b8 square. So what else? If I go there, there is bishop b4. So now I have to pay attention to my king's safety. And does it make any sense for me to check at the c1? Is there any benefit from this? I'm just developing the rook, so maybe it's not a terrible idea. But for sure I'll have to move my knight to the c3. But if I go there, rook takes d4, e3, rook goes back somewhere, bishop a3. It's just gonna be a standard position. So I think I will just take that free move so I can develop my rook. I can put my rook into the open file. It's always a good idea. King goes into the light square. Very, first idea is here, but I think I cannot do this. This move is still not available. Okay, I think I'll go there. And just simple e3. I don't want to overcomplicate those things. And now let's just develop my bishop. To be honest, I thought that I will get more from this position, but I mean, I have got no problems. But I will play bishop to c4, f7 is under attack. Later I'm gonna castle. Yeah, I have to later check where was a moment that I made a mistake. Maybe the bishop g5 wasn't the best move. Maybe it was too obvious for the opponent. What do I threat? So opponent was able to stop it. So that rook probably will go back. Bishop goes there. I would expect bishop e6, takes. Castle? Probably I can castle. Little bit unexpected, and also that rook has got a very little space. So maybe, okay, rook has got those squares. Those squares are available for the rook. But maybe if I play it in a, I mean, I'm gonna start with this move to restrict the rook even more. But maybe I can trap it somehow. Maybe that idea. Okay, rook h4. I don't know what opponent was hoping for. I'll go there. After this move, I think I have got g3. Okay, so maybe opponent is trying to take advantage of a bishop pair. Let's just play bishop c4. And maybe if I castle, there is still g4 idea. I have to admit that I'm not very happy with my position right now. Two bishops, pretty active rooks. Yeah, so what? So maybe if I castle, opponent plays g4, maybe knight d5. In case opponent, this f7 is hanging, okay, opponent plays g4. If I take, opponent takes. Takes, rook takes, bishop d5 check. This move doesn't work anymore. What else? e4 doesn't make that much sense. Let's capture f7 first. Take it or let's check first. So I control the long diagonal. Okay, and next move I'm gonna play. Okay, I'm happy that pre-move didn't work, but I will just capture here. Yeah, that bishop pair is very annoying. In case opponent captures, I think I can move my king here. Bishop g4, king to d3. Black is putting more pressure over the pin piece, which is a smart idea. So what can I do with it? Bishop c4, b5. King goes there. I think opponent is hoping to play there. So actually I'm in a big trouble right now. What are my other options here? King d to rook d8. Or what else? Pawn goes to e4. No, pawn to e4. Pawn is gonna be just taken. King d to rook d8. King e2, bishop takes c3. Yeah, definitely. I have got a big problem. Maybe bishop c4, b5, and what, a3? It gives me nothing. So that looks like a big problem. Bishop c4. No, to be honest, out of those moves, every move is bad. I'm thinking, how can I create any trap? So I think I'll go there because I have to minimize losses. So I'm gonna play maybe this move, but is it that great? Knight cannot capture its pinned. In case bishop will have to take it. Bishop takes c3. King goes to the e2 square. I have got 2 pawns for a lost piece. Okay, I think I will have to take it. I have got no other choice. King e2. Okay, what to do right now? Again, I don't mind to exchange pawns because I'm down on the material. Also, that bishop is very annoying. Opponent has got, okay, opponent decides to capture. If I exchange, if I capture, opponent captures back. And what's then? Maybe I can, if I go there, rook goes to c7. Opponent will try to put pieces into the dark squares because I have got the light square bishop. Bishop d3 doesn't work because opponent will just exchange with a check. e4, rook just captures. So what else? I mean, I think I will have to take it. I wish I have got bishop c4 and later some kind of like a removing of the defender, but I don't see how that might work. Okay, let's move my rook here. I'm down to 1 minute, so I really have to speed up. But I really do not hope that I can survive this. Bishop here, I'm gonna play e4. I will try to somehow use my rook to make some confusion in the board. Okay, let's play e4. Maybe opponent will make a mistake. If I start playing faster, that would be a mistake because of the skewer. Is it a skewer? I mean, it is a skewer. The question is, does it work or not? Bishop h5. Okay, let's take it. I see, of course, that opponent has got the f5 move, but every complication is good for me. Okay, if I can somehow make that work, wouldn't be that bad. So maybe my idea after this move is here and try to later maneuver my bishop to that square. Opponent should also speed up because opponent is pretty low on the material on time. I have got also that option. No, I go there. Why opponent is playing such a slow way? Bishop e8. I think I'm gonna play. I can exchange and I can play king here. Attacking, attacking. Pawn captures, I think I can take it. Bishop goes there, I think I can play here. And let's bring my king closer. No, I want to keep my rook on the... No, let's push it forward. I have got the pass pawn. Check. If I move my king forward, does it make any sense? Let's bring my king. Okay, and I win this on time. Opponent did not offer me a draw, but that was weird that opponent was playing in such a slow way. You know, the opponent was up a piece and opponent was playing pretty slow. But let's just take a look what would be a correct way of playing at the beginning. I'm pretty sure that b6 was a mistake. Pretty sure about it. I decided to capture at the d5, and I think it's good. I think that was good, and now knight c3. And I think everything was fine here. Knight goes to the f6, bishop to g5. No, it still has to be correct. Knight b5 was also an option. Maybe knight b5. After this move, knight e5. So a king goes there and maybe bishop f4. Okay, that would be an interesting option. But okay, but bishop g5 also doesn't look maybe that bad. Knight e5. Yeah, maybe knight e5, because I was really hoping that in case opponent plays there, I was hoping for that variation that I can play e4. Takes, takes, and opponent plays there and I will play here. And I was just so focused on that variation that I did not pay attention. Oh, by the way, now I just realized opponent can just use another knight and can just go there. Yeah, but okay, pawn goes, knight goes to d7, knight e5 here. But okay, but knight e5 doesn't look like a bad move, and I captured here. Maybe better was to capture there. And now in case knight captures, maybe that idea still works. I go there. I know I said bishop d7, it doesn't work. But if I capture and I play knight d5, or even better, knight d5 right away. Cannot take because I will take here and later at f7. In case opponent captures, I'm gonna take it. I have got a very strong attack. It's also very hard to stop knight to the f7 move in this position. So this is something I should have played. And after, in case black captures, I capture and later I can capture the d5. That would be a better version of the variation that I played. I captured at d7, and unfortunately this position, because of that castle, is not that great. I was expecting rook d8, that this move will come. But after e4, because I was hoping for e4 and for bishop b5, and I'm winning in this position, but as you can see, that idea, it doesn't work. Okay. Okay, anyway. Okay, and okay, you know what, let me also check later, couple moves later, where was a mistake that I made. Maybe there was a big mistake that I played b3. Maybe b3 was a mistake, or even e3. No, e3 has to be correct now here. Where was a mistake? h3, bishop goes there. Oh, this is still doesn't look that terrible. Bishop takes f7. Captures, bishop d5. Pawn captures. Probably that was a big mistake, because after rook c8, I think I cannot save a piece. So what else could I do? I could play g3. But it's not a pleasure to play with such a pawn at dh3. Now castle and hide the king here. No, but I'm clearly worse. So I think that the biggest mistake in this game was when my attack, knight takes d7, and yeah, that was probably the biggest problem. Just bishop takes f6, and I still had got a pretty strong attack. Okay, I think that was my last game for today. Hope you enjoy. If you still haven't downloaded my free workbook, go to the website www.stopmakingblunders.mattbobula.com, and you can get completely for free a workbook that will help you to blunder less. Yeah, that was my first stream after a couple years on YouTube. Thank you very much for watching, and hope we'll meet on the next streams. Thank you very much. Goodbye.